Hi, and thank you for joining us for this week's Crafternoon here at the Coronado Public Library. This week we'll be making Epsom salt luminaries. If you weren't able to pick up a kit, all you'll need to complete this craft is a jar or a vase, some Epsom salts, and Mod Podge. Let's get started. In your kit, you should have a baggie of Mod Podge, a baggie of Epsom salts, and remember Epsom salts are for external use only, do not try and eat them. You should have a glass jar and a electric votive. Go ahead and stick the votive and the jar to the side. You're also going to need a paper plate and some food coloring if you would like to use food coloring to color your salts. What you'll do first is go ahead and dump your salt onto your paper plate. Now, if you're going to use food coloring, you want to make sure, and this is the time where you're going to go ahead and add a couple of drops and stir it up nicely. If you're not going to use food coloring, you can jump ahead with me now. Next, you're going to take your glass jar and your Mod Podge. Now you can either leave your Mod Podge in the bag to do this, or you can take your Mod Podge, put it on a separate plate, and paint it onto your jar. We're going to do option one. We're going to take our jar and we're just going to stick our fingers in the opening of the jar and stick the jar in the baggie. Now you're going to use the baggie to coat the Mod Podge all around the jar, just on the outside. Try not to get it onto the inside of the jar. But give it a nice, thorough coating, more rather than less on here if you can. Once you've got a good coating on the top and the bottom, go ahead and pull out your jar and press it into your Epsom salt on all sides. Now if you have a few spots that maybe aren't getting as much salt on it, no matter how much you press it, go ahead and take your salt, take a pinch, and spread it right on top there. Okay. Now go ahead and let your jar sit until it is dry. Once your jar is dry, you are all set to enjoy it. You can also, if you have a finishing spray, you can spray this down, otherwise leave it as is. Just know that if you don't put a finishing spray on it, the salt might drip off wherever you place your item, so you may want to put it on like a little bit of a paper plate or something else. But go ahead and just drop in your candle, and your luminary is all set to go. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's Crafternoon. Have a wonderful day.